Good morning, my student. Today I did duodenal atresia. So, what is duodenal atresia? Duodenal atresia is the congenital absence or complete closure of a portion of the lumen of the duodenum due to defective fusion of the foregut and midgut with the failure of the resuccination. Means duodenal atresia is a condition in which the first part of the small bowel called duodenum has not developed properly. It is not open and cannot allow the passage of stomach content. Again I am telling definition. Duodenal atresia is the congenital absence or complete closure of a portion of the lumen of the duodenum due to defective fusion of foregut and midgut with failure of the recanalization. Epidemiology: one person in 5,000 to 10,000 live birth and affective boy, more commonly less than girls. Means mainly it is a chances to affect in boys. Next is association or causes of duodenal atresia. First is prematurity 45%, growth retardation 33%, annual pancreas, Down syndrome, means it is trisomy 21 syndrome also called. Then Miller-Dieker syndrome. Miller-Dieker syndrome, it is a abnormal brain developmental syndrome. More than 50% have associated congenital abnormality like congenital heart disease 30%, incomplete rotation of gut 20%, and anorectal malformation 10%. This is causes of duodenal atresia. First is prematurity, growth retardation, annual pancreas, Down syndrome, trisomy 21, Miller-Dieker syndrome. More than 50% patient have associated congenital abnormality like congenital heart disease, incomplete rotation of gut, and anorectal malformation. Then next is classification of duodenal atresia. So first is type 1 complete atresia. Second, fibrous cord separation 2 end. Then third is complete or partial obstruction of stenosis and mucosal web with the intact mucosal wall. It is called Windus deformity. So again I am telling type 1 duodenal diaphragm first, and second is duodenal atresia, third is complete separation of the two end. In first, duodenal diaphragm is linked to the presence of mucosal diaphragmatic membrane with an intact muscles wall. First, duodenal diaphragm. In duodenal diaphragm is linked to the presence of a mucosal diaphragmatic membrane with an intact muscles wall. This is in first type. Second type, complete or duodenal atresia. In complete duodenal atresia characterized by short fibrous cord connecting the two ends of the atresia duodenum. Again I am telling second type, complete duodenal atresia characterized by short fibrous cord connecting two ends of the atresia duodenum. Then third is complete duodenal atresia, या complete separation of the two ends, so which correspond to a complete separation of the two ends of the duodenum, sometime together with annular pancreas. It is a classification of duodenal atresia. You see in this image, first is duodenal diaphragm, means a mucosal diaphragmatic membrane with an intact mucosal muscles wall. Second is connecting the two end of the atrexic duodenum, and third is complete separation of the two end of the duodenum. It is anatomically type of duodenal atresia. Next is clinical feature of duodenal atresia. So first is bilious and non-bilious vomiting immediately after birth. Means early vomiting of large amount which may be greenish color. Then second, jaundice present in baby, and feature of gastric outlet obstruction, then dehydration and electrolyte changes, abdominal distension and tenderness, absence of flatus, no passage of stool, respiratory distress and shock. Again I am telling, upper abdominal swelling may or may not be present, early vomiting of large amount which may be greenish content, mince containing bile, absent of urination after first few avoiding, absence bowel movement after first few meconium stools, and dehydration and electrolyte changes, absence of flatus, no passage of stool, respiratory distress and shock. This is all clinical feature in duodenal atresia. Then diagnostic evolution. Firstly, we take history taking. So maternal in history taking we collect the maternal polyhydramnios, means during pregnancy time mother having polyhydramnios. Second investigation, maternally parental ultrasonography. This is detect duodenal atresia between 7 to 8 months of gestation. Then polyhydramnios and associated anomalies can also be detected. Again I am telling diagnosis evolution. First, history taking. In history taking, mother having during pregnancy polyhydramnios. And second investigation, ultrasonography, detect duodenal atresia between 7 to 8 months of gestation, and polyhydramnios associated anomalies can also be detected. Means what is polyhydramnios? Excessive fluid in mother womb. Next is plain X-ray. In abdomen, double bubble sign with absence of air in the distal part. You can see in this image double bubble sign with absence of air in the distal part, means descent part of the abdomen area. Next is management. In general management, we can give IV fluid, oro or nasogastric aspiration, stomach wash, NPM, antibiotic, antiemetic because patient is patient having symptom of vomiting. So we can give antiemetic, vitamin K and supplement, vitamin K supplement and PPI. Mainly we can a tube is placed to decompress to stomach. Dehydration and electrolyte abnormality are corrected by providing fluid through an intravenous tube, and evolution for the other congenital abnormality should be performed. Next is, this is general management or medical management. Next is surgical management. In surgical management, first preoperative care. So first is appropriate resuscitation of baby or child, correction of fluid imbalance and electrolyte abnormality, monitoring of the complete metabolic profile, gastric decompression, parenteral nutrition via central catheter line, means we can correct the electrolyte imbalance. Then two-dimensional endocardiographic monitoring. Again I am telling preoperative care. In preoperative care, appropriate resuscitation. Then second is correction of fluid imbalance and electrolyte abnormality, monitoring of complete metabolic profile, gastric decompression, parenteral nutrition via the central catheter line. Then two-dimensional echocardiographic monitoring, means complete monitoring of the baby. Next is surgical management. So surgical management, mainly three procedure we can give. So first is laparotomy. In laparotomy, supraumbilical transfer incision is given to the right upper quadrant of the abdomen and correct the deformity of duodenal atresia. Second is laparoscopy. In laparoscopic surgery, neonatal laparoscopic instrument 3 mm and thoracics are used to resuscitate or cut the deformity of the duodenal atresia. This is duodenal atresia present in small intestine. Then last is duodenostomy. It is surgical bypass. The duodenal obstruction is done by the side to side duodenostomy. Associated malrotation should also be corrected. It is the first type of we can correct this procedure. First type of duodenal diaphragmatic atresia. It is linked to the presence of mucosal diaphragmatic membrane with an intact muscles wall. We correct the duodenostomy, means surgical bypass of the duodenal obstruction is done by the side to side duodenostomy. Associated malrotation should be corrected. That is also called LATS operation. Next is surgical management में preoperative care, means post-operative care. In post-operative care, continuation of total parenteral nutrition TPN is giving, monitoring of nasogastric tube output, feeding via nasomotomic, nasojejunal or gastrostomy tube after dimension of the nasogastric tube output, small feeding with volume and concentration, advances tolerate, means baby tolerate in food, we can give small amount of food. Discharge within 1 or 3 weeks. Discharge within 1 to 3 weeks. It is all about duodenal atresia. So in summary, first, what is duodenal atresia? So duodenal atresia is a condition which the first part of the small bowel has not developed properly. It is not open and cannot allow the passage of stomach content. Then causes of the duodenal atresia is mainly during the embryonic development, in the which the duodenum does not normally changes from the solid to a tube-like structure. Next is classification. In classification, duodenal atresia is classified into 3 types. First is duodenal diaphragm is linked to the presence of mucosal diaphragmatic membrane with an intact muscles wall. Second is complete duodenal atresia. It is characterized by short fibrous cord connecting the two ends of the atresia duodenum. And third type is complete duodenal atresia, which correspond to the complete separation of two ends of the duodenum, sometimes together with the annular pancreas. Then symptoms of duodenal atresia. So upper abdominal swelling may or may not be present. Early vomiting for large amount which may be greenish. It means containing bile present. Continue vomiting even when infant has not been fed for several hours. Absent urination after first few avoiding. Absence bowel movement after first few meconium stool. It is all about symptom of duodenal atresia. Then diagnostic evolution. In diagnostic evolution, abdominal x-ray show air in the stomach and first part of the duodenum which no air beyond that. This is known as the double bubble sign. And in history taking, mother having polyhydramnias. So this is diagnostic evolution of the duodenal atresia. Again I am telling, a fetal ultrasound may show excessive amount of amniotic fluid in the womb, a condition called polyhydramnias. It may also the swelling of the baby's stomach and part of the duodenum. And x-ray may show air in abdominal x-ray may show air in the stomach and first part of the duodenum which no air beyond that. This is known as the double bubble sign. And the next is treatment. In treatment, first is medical treatment. In medical treatment we can give firstly electrolyte, correction of electrolyte balance, and we can give antiemetic, antibiotic, antiamoebic medicine. And a tube is placed into the decompress the stomach. Dehydration and electrolyte abnormal